for your intro? Well, hey, hi, happy Monday. Nice to see you. I hope you had a good weekend. My name's Audrey, if you're new here. This is my second YouTube channel. I have another channel. It's all about crime, mysteries, missing people, weird stuff over there on that other channel I have. Check that out. If you're not subscribed to this channel, please hit that button right now before you forget. I would really appreciate your help in trying to get this channel to 1,000 subscribers. I think I'm in the 400s, so the more, the merrier, and I would really appreciate it. So these projects today, I did not purchase anything new. This stuff is all stuff I had around my house, and I just upcycled, I guess is the word for it. Took it from one look to another using paint or decoupage or different things like that. So hopefully this will be some inspiration for you, because I know it's hard to spend money on stuff when you know you have some things you really like, but you know, if they were just tweaked a little bit, you'd like them better. So that's what I did. I took a couple of items that I got both from thrift stores. I think the second craft, I think I got that in New Hampshire, maybe. I don't remember honestly. We did a lot of thrifting in New Hampshire, Vermont, Vegas, and then here in California, all over. So I can't always remember where I got everything. For the toile, we're using some toile in this video. I'll put that down in the description box. I did originally get that on Amazon, so I'll send you the link down in the description box so you can check it out on Amazon. All right, well, let's get into the movie. Oh my God, my brain. Let's get into the crafts. I'll see you next time. Enjoy the video.
Yay, it's craft time. I'm taking this thrifted tray that I bought probably a couple months ago. When I brought it home originally, I put some rub and buff on it to give it that gold look and kept the inside black. And I'm not really liking the black so much because my items that I place on it get lost in the darkness of the tray. So I'm going to go ahead and paint it white in preparation to applique the toile bunny rabbit napkin on the tray. So I'm just, you can see, not doing it super great, but that's the only brush I had that would work for this. So, you know, if you get paint outside of the line, so to speak, just grab a paper towel. I did end up grabbing a sponge, an old sponge, and wiping down the sides after. It's not a big deal. It's not. So just do it at your own pace, whatever that pace may be. I usually sit here and listen to Netflix, a comedy show, or something while I'm doing this. And I really enjoy it. It really just kind of relaxes me. So I hope you relax too. And you can use decoupage on so many surfaces. You can use it on metal. You can use it on wood. You can use it on plastic. So many different ways. And I'm just using Mod Podge. So you'll see that in just a couple minutes with the Mod Podge. So it's important that you dry this even just a little bit. You don't want it wet to the touch when you're putting your applique on. So I'm going to be using a napkin that I take off all the extra layers in the bottom. So I'll show you that in a second. But the napkins usually have 2 or 3 extra layers to them. You want to take all the layers off. So, yep, I changed my clothes. Okay, so here we go. Here are my pieces. I do cut around them, leaving just a little bit of the white tissue around them. You can leave more than the way I did it. You can take more off if you want. It's just personal preference. And I'm going to show you in a minute how to put these on in the best way, my preferred method. So I first went through and cut out all the designs I wanted. Then I placed them on the tray to see, just to get an idea of how I wanted to lay them out. Now what I'm doing is I'm using that same brush. I rinsed it off, got all the white paint off it. I'm just barely dipping it in some water. And I'm going to show you a close-up of how to do this. It's a little tough to record because I have to hold the camera in one hand and then also do the applique. So there's the first piece. So what you want to do, dip your brush and then kind of push the brush against the cup to get out the water. And not all the water, but most of the water. And then you want to brush the water wherever you're going to place your piece. Okay, so you do that and then you go back in again, dip the brush in the water, press it out a little bit. Then you're going to go through, as you see in a second, you're right here. You're going to, so gently start at the top, work your way away from the center of the piece, whatever the piece is, whatever the picture is. Be so gentle. Now, don't be scared. I'm not saying you need to be scared and you can't do this. You can totally do this. This is a part, though, you really want to stop and take your time. Maybe, you know, if you do it all the time, then you're a little bit quicker at it. But this is part of the process that I really enjoy a lot as well. You're just instantly putting character onto the piece that you're working on, and it's so fun. Now, again, this is just water. So after I get the piece on 100% with the water, I'm going to go back with a loaded brush of Mod Podge gloss. I'm using the gloss, and I'm going to just Mod Podge over the whole bunny rabbit and the other bunny rabbit. And you just keep doing that until you have everything in place that you want. Now, you can't really pick up stuff and move it around. That just doesn't work too well. So you really want to have a good idea of where you want it to start with, because you may end up ruining your picture and you'll have to go through and cut out another piece, which isn't the end of the world, but just to make it more pleasurable for you. So here I am drawing on low speed. Not super close, but nearby the piece. I just want it to be dried to the touch because I have 4 animals around plus people. I don't want my stuff touched. So here we go. Here's a picture of what it looked like at the end. I added one more butterfly. Here's where I'm placing it. Here it is with the stuff in it that I wanted in it. So there we go. That's it. So easy. Definitely a project you can do in one day. No problem. So what you may want to do is sit down, relax, watch TV, and cut out your pieces ahead of time. That I would highly recommend. And then later sit down and do your project itself. All right, so now are we moving on? What's happening here? All right, project number 2. This item I got at a thrift shop. I don't know which one. It's quite heavy, and I've been using it on the countertop to put a bowl of fruit on top. It's just plain. I'm just kind of bored with it, and I love the checkered pattern. I see so many checker patterned home decor items, so I thought I'm going to make a checkerboard on top with 2 colors and see if it elevates the look a little bit. And I think it works in the end. I think it works perfectly fine for what I'm using it for. So I am picking out a couple of colors. You just need 2. So I'm going to start with the bottom. I'm not sanding it. I just kind of brushed it off with a towel. I don't want trouble. I'm not getting a sanding thing out. That's just too much for me. So I start with the darker color. So this is the paint I'm using. Okay, that one's raw sienna, very popular color for artists, and burnt umber, very popular for artists. Starting out with a burnt umber, putting that on top. And I do end up putting 2 coats. Now, the 2 coats I put on do not cover it up 100%. You can still see through it a little bit. You can see the lighter brown through it. And it's going to look a little messy, but believe me, this is how I wanted to do it, and it turned out just the way I wanted it. So 1 coat, let it dry, or make it dry with a blow dryer. And a 2nd coat, same thing. Make it dry or let it dry on its own. And then I went through with a pencil and a ruler. Yep, leave it like that. That's how I left it. I take a ruler and a pencil and I just measured out the center, and I did one strike with the pencil down and then just went across and did more and more, what's it called? Lines. Then I moved it around the other way and I just did lines that way. The width of the ruler. I wanted to make it easy for myself. I just used the ruler itself as a guide. That's how thick my squares are. The thickness of the width of the ruler. Okay, if I can do this, you can do this. It shocked my husband because I'm not good at math, and this felt like math. Do you know what I mean? Yeah, so I was really scared. I was scared to do this, to be honest with you. But I'm really happy with the way it turned out. So I'm just pointing out, yeah, we're going to do every other square, just like a checkerboard, just like we're going to play checkers. Okay, so I did that row. Now I'm starting on the second row, same size brush as the other project. I'm really taking my time on here. I did not want this to look messy. So I did have some time without Johnny around and without too many cats around me to get this done. And I'm really happy with the way it turns out. I was smart and put on my apron because I got paint all over my new dress that I wore earlier in the video. So yeah, don't do that. Make sure you wear an apron. This is just my apron I do for any and all crafts that I'm doing around the house. This is so, what's the word? Satisfying. Just to see it come to life. I know, what's the big deal, Audrey? Well, it's a big deal to me because it just feels nice to me. And these colors remind me of Louis Vuitton. Don't they? Don't these look like Louis Vuitton colors with the checkered and everything? I love it. I'm just using my finger. If I go over the edge, I just use my finger to wipe the edge, and then I just wipe it on my apron because it's such a small amount. I just started using my apron to wipe my finger off. So this is so fun. I'm going to find more stuff to paint to do checkers. If I don't have something at home, I may buy something at a thrift store that I can do checkers on because I love it. It's so fun. Now, do you see how the paint looks? It has that antiqued look to it. Once it has the lighter colors on top, it doesn't look like a mess because I only did the 2 coats. I didn't want to put 3 coats. I wanted it to, I don't know, it just felt better to me having that dark brown color, kind of marbly. All right, so almost done. I went over a couple of the squares here and there. Sorry, that's one of the kittens. But mostly I just did the initial paint and I did not go over it more than one time, really. I did use the blow dryer to dry this. It dried really fast. I did not put Mod Podge on this. You certainly could put Mod Podge on this if you would like to protect that paint. I'm not going to because knowing me, in a year or 2, I'm going to want to take this off and try something new. That's just how I am. So here's how it turns out right there. Here's another view. Close up. I think it looks good. And here it is done with the plant on top. That's the same plant I had on the other stand that I did last time. And you can see how nice it looks there. I love it. So that's it for this video. I hope you enjoyed these 2 crafts. I certainly did, and enjoyed hanging out with you. And I'll have another craft next week for you, and maybe even a midweek video. So thanks so much for hanging out. Don't forget to subscribe. Go to my other channel where we talk about crime and anything revolving around that. So I appreciate you guys. I'll see you real soon. Take care. Have a great week.